Happy Thursday, leaders. Hey, I just wanted to provide you guys a quick video to make sure that we're all on the same page and you're best equipped to lead your groups moving forward. So one thing that I want to add to that I think will help us out a lot is post when we have small groups and then we have the night and everything ends. Once our night is finished, so it's supposed to finish at 7:15. The nights have been running a little bit later, towards about 7:20. But when that night ends and all the middle schoolers get up to go out, I would love to have you guys stick around for 5 minutes just so we can talk about like, hey, what are some things that went well? And just so I can get some feedback that we can have a connection point so that it's not just this like rapid, we're lost in the transition of everything. Just to hear about how groups are going, because I really do, and I know I've said this a number of times, but I really believe that groups are the foundational piece of what makes ministry good. And so that's why also another way that I can get feedback from you guys is in your small group leader folders, which those will be labeled for you guys next week. There is the leader questions, and then there's 2 pages that you'll see every week, and one's like the room assignments. On the back side of the room assignments is a feedback form for you guys to fill out every week. If you could do that for me, you can fill it out as a group of leaders or as individuals and just write like, hey, I'm feeling happy, filled up, sad, concerned, whatever it is. Like if you have something concerning that you feel like needs my attention in group, fill that out. I read that. Those ones you can make me aware of more immediately. But anything, like I love stories of I felt like I saw a student grow in this area, like these students are stepping up in this area, whatever it is, like just celebrating the group or talking about, hey, things have been really tough. They're not listening. What can we do to go about that? To make sure that I can do my best to help you guys in any way that you might need for your small groups. So that's one thing. I just want to make sure we're getting the feedback from you guys to understand what's going on. I feel like this split has been awesome, in my opinion, for a lot of you new leaders. This is all you know. It definitely does have a slightly different energy than our normal, our last year's Wednesday night programs. And that's just because there's less people, and so you get some of that. But I think where it's less chaotic, it's more intentional. And so I think some of that energy will come. For you guys as middle school leaders, I think there's definitely been fewer middle schoolers than I expected. But I mean, we still have about 60 middle schoolers, and there's a lot of middle schoolers I know that have not been involved. So the best thing we can do as leaders is to constantly encourage friends to like invite people, like that's why I sent you the numbers to message them, because if there are students that their families are involved at Westbridge, we want them to be involved in youth group. They don't have to be, but I feel like it's a great place to build lasting connections and just to continue to learn about God. So thankful for you guys being patient with me and working this out, and I've really loved everything we're doing. So just wanted to make sure that I got that out to you guys. And then really just want to communicate that so much of middle school, I know the groups are shorter and it can feel fast, but I really want the attention to be on how do we make these guys feel connected to one of each other? How do we make these girls feel like they're going to be in each other's lives long term? How do we make them commit to one another and listen to one another? And that can be tricky with middle schoolers, getting them to listen. But just how do we lay this foundation that this is a place they want to be? These are people they want to connect with, and they look forward to community. Like that's the number one thing would be my goal, is that we have groups that are so fun that people are like, yeah, sure. Like I love youth group. I love seeing all my friends, but I really look forward to small group time, to seeing my leader, to seeing the other members of my group. And so I really want us to key in as much as possible in those 25 minutes of helping students feel like they know each other. Like prepping them for the message and talking about that is important, but I want that to be kind of the secondary thing to building connections. It's going to be awesome. This next week, we're talking about the prodigal son story, and I'm just going to give the gospel message. I'm going to do a call for salvation at the end and just tell students like, hey, one of the most countercultural things is the love of a father, which is so different from, maybe we take it for granted growing up in church, but it is so different from everything we experience in the world, is this never failing, perfect love of a father that always welcomes us home despite our failures and mistakes. So the goal would be to kind of get your students with the idea of like, hey, have you really committed to following Jesus? Like not just, I'm a Christian, I was raised in a Christian home, but like, have you made the decision to follow Jesus wholeheartedly with all your life. And so that's what we're going to be talking about this week. And I hope that it has a huge impact, and I hope that you see the fruit from that with your small groups. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, also, I'd love for all of you to go to camp. In addition to this video, I will send you a link for ability to sign up for camp. If you know you can go October 18th to 20th, go ahead and just sign up as a leader. It's free for you guys to go, and would love as many of you there as possible.